Never before have I found as much comfort as I now do in the words of our Lord's Prayer, "Thy will be done."
Thank you, Ms. Raining.
God's love was revealed to me on the very day my husband was murdered. On the afternoon of September 10th, I arrived at a Utah hospital to do the unthinkable, to look directly at my husband's murdered body. I saw the wound that ended his life. I felt everything you would expect to feel. I felt shock. I felt horror and a level of heartache that I didn't even know existed. But there was something else too. Even in death, I could see the man that I love.
That's right. Dab them good. Maybe if you dab them enough, something will come out.
I saw the one single gray hair on the side of his head, which I never told him about. Now he knows. Sorry, baby, I'm telling you now, but never told
I hate to bust your bubble, but he probably knew about it anyway.
him. Didn't want to. I also saw this. I also saw on his lips the faintest smile. And that told me something important. It revealed to me a great mercy from God in this tragedy. When I saw that, it told me Charlie didn't suffer. Even the doctor told me. It was something so instant that even if Charlie had been shot in the operating room itself, nothing could have been done. There was no pain, there was no fear, no agony. One moment, Charlie was doing what he loved, arguing and debating on campus, fighting for the gospel, truth,
The truth.
in front of a big crowd. And then he blinked. He blinked. And saw his Savior in paradise.
That whisper is just the icing on the cake. Like, that is the fakest thing I've ever heard. Nobody does that. I do not understand why she does it.
And all the heavenly mysteries were revealed to him. God's love continued to be revealed to me in the days that followed. The next day on the tarmac,
God's love. I think what she's referring to by God's love is all the huge checks that were rolling in because Charlie was, because of the whole Charlie situation. Yeah, it was like a little over $100 million company, and I guess now we're like 250 million, give or take. So that's what she means by God's love. She's talking about those checks that were rolling in. I could use a little bit of that kind of love myself.
in Air Force Two, I confronted Usha Vance, precious woman. I held her hand and I told her, honestly, I do not know how I'm going to get through this. She told me something. She said, you know when you're on an airplane with your kids and it's the last 15 minutes of the flight and things are crazy, kids are not cooperating, toys are flying everywhere and everyone's screaming, and you think to yourself, I cannot wait for this flight to land. And it's 15.
All right, maybe I can take you up on that somehow or another. No, I've not ever seen one single tear, I don't think. Yeah. If anybody finds one, just make sure and let me know, because I've got to see that.
15 minutes before you land. And she told me, you will get through these 15 minutes and the next 15 minutes after that. Usha, I don't think you realized it then, but those words were exactly what I needed to hear. But most of all, God's mercy and God's love have been revealed to me these past 10 days. After Charlie's assassination, we didn't see violence. We didn't see rioting.
Here we go with the politics. All right, she was comparing this whole thing to George Floyd, Black Lives Matter. So here comes the politics. I can't believe it took her as long as it did, but here it is.
We didn't see revolution. Instead, we saw what my husband always prayed he would see in this country. We saw revival. This past week, we saw people open a Bible for the first time in a decade. We saw people pray for the first time since they were children. We saw people go to a church service for the first time in their entire lives.
As many times as she's dabbed her damn eyes, especially if she was actually crying, she would be blotchy and have makeup missing. She ain't missing a thing.
Charlie liked to journal. And I say this because
her makeup is still perfect.
He did it to remember important moments and sayings that affected him. And one of the things he wrote in his journal was this: every time you make a decision, it puts a mark on your soul. To those of you out there who just made that decision,
especially if you're the one that made the decision to that he had to go. I don't know who that was that made that final decision. I could probably guess at least on who maybe had some input, but I don't know who made the final decision. So anyway, I bet that should leave a hell of a mark.
And took the first step toward a spiritual life. I say thank you and welcome. One day I hope you look back and realize it was the most important decision of your life, because it is. All of you who are already believers, it is your job to shepherd these people. Do not take that lightly. Water the seed of their faith. Protect it and help it grow. Every day as Charlie rode into the office, he would go through his contact list. And I know there's many of you who were impacted by this. He would go.
Wow, that is crazy, Miss Susan. Yeah, so they got the good stuff. So it's a little bit tougher, a little bit more water resistant than the normal stuff.
Go through his contact list and send Bible verses for the day.
Obviously, it's definitely dad resistant.
He knew that faith was a habit. The more you live it, the more it grows. But know this too. The seed has only just been planted. The enemy will tempt you the most in a time like this one. God will always be there for you, but you must choose to mark your soul again and again in the direction of Christ. Pray.
I promise there's not too much more, but there is some more that I want to point out. So, but we're almost done with her.
Again, read the Bible again.
Actually, I've been done with her for a long time, but we're almost done with this clip.
Go to church next Sunday and the Sunday after that, and break free from the temptations and shackles of this world.
Absolutely, Miss Raymond.
Being a follower of Christ is not easy. It's not supposed to be. Jesus said, if anyone would come after me, let him deny himself, take up his cross and follow me. He said he would be persecuted. He said we would be persecuted. And Charlie knew that and happily carried his cross all the way to the end. And I want all of you to know, while Charlie died far too early, he was also ready to die. There was nothing he was putting off. There was nothing that was too hard or too painful, or nothing that he just felt like he didn't want to do it. He left this world without regrets. He did 100% of what he could every day. But I want you to know something. Charlie died with incomplete work.
It's hard to regret much when somebody literally, by whatever means, puts a big old hole in your jugular vein. Yeah, again, in front of God and everybody.
But not with unfinished business.
Yes, evil, evil, evil.
But I will miss him. I will miss him so much because our marriage and our family were beautiful. They still are.
And they still are.
The greatest cause in Charlie's life was trying to revive the American family. When he spoke to young people, he was always eager to tell them about God's vision for marriage and how, if they could just dare to live it out, it would enrich every part of their life in the same way that it enriched ours. And someone once asked me how Charlie and I, how we kept our marriage so strong when he was busy traveling.
And this is coming from the widow that allegedly pulled their wedding picture down from the bookcase that sat behind him. Either that or Charlie took it down. So there's that.
in our little secret.
Oh,
It
I'm
was
sure
love
they got
notes.
lots of little secrets.
Every Saturday, Charlie wrote one for me, and he never missed a Saturday. And in every single one of them, he'd tell me what his highlight was for the week, how grateful he was for me and our babies. And always at the end, he would always end it.
It's just so cringe. He always talked about how grateful he was of me. Again, can Charlie have a day? I mean, he's dead.
With asking the most beautiful question. He'd always end it by asking, please let me know how I can better serve you as a husband. Charlie perfectly understood God's role for a Christian husband. A man who leads so that they can.
Yes, Miss Rainey, and I believe that they were. I really do. There's not been any hard evidence of that yet, but there was a lot of indicators. I feel like they were having some issues. Yeah, we might have to talk about that. We might have to do a show on that because I really do. I really believe there were some issues there.
Serve.
I mean, good God, why else would she send her 6 foot tall husband to sleep in her 2-year-old, I'm assuming toddler bed? I would think at the largest that bed would be a twin size for a little girl that small. And yeah, she sent him in there to sleep so he could get a good night's rest. I do too. And I think that's why I think he was figuring a lot out, not just her specifically, but I believe he was figuring out, I mean, if you've been watching Candace, you're starting to realize what some of these ties are. Of course, it always goes back to Philadelphia. But yeah, I think he was figuring a lot out. I think, I think that he was starting to realize that everybody around him was fake and that there was an agenda there. And I believe that at some point somebody said, all right, this is enough. He is not going to keep doing this. We all fixing to get found out. He has got to go, and he's got to go now. Allegedly. I mean, that's just the way I feel about it right now.
To all the men watching around the world, accept Charlie's challenge and embrace true manhood. Be strong and courageous for your families. Love your wives and lead them. Love your children and protect them. Be the spiritual head of your home. But please be a leader worth following. Your wife.
That is how damn slow she's talking. I have got that set on 1.75. Like I'm about to bump it up to 2. Good Lordy.
Your wife is not your servant. Your wife is not your employee. Your wife is not your slave. She is your helper. You are not rivals. You are one flesh working together for the glory of God.
The bad part about it is, yeah, she's being exposed, especially here as of late. But the whole thing that started all this was her exposing herself. Like if she could have just shut up and not lied so much, most people would have never. Like most people were going to give her the grace, the whole grieving widow thing. But after so many blatant lies and so many cringe things that she did in public and so many, shitty things that she has done in the past 6 months, I mean, at some point, yeah, people are going to start digging in and people are going to start talking. I mean, that's just the way it is. Like she could have avoided most of this.
Charlie's confidant. I was his vault. His closest and most trusted advisor, his best friend. I poured into him and loved him so deeply, empowered him, because his love for me drove me to be a better wife. Every day he honored me, and I prayed that I could be the wife that God needed me to be for my husband. Women, I have a challenge for you too.
It just sounds to me like she's putting herself on a pedestal. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just being ridiculous. Oh, maybe, but again, she talks an awful lot about her.
Be virtuous. Our strength is found in God's design for our role.
And she's given me all these instructions. When she tells them to be virtuous, what she means to say is be virtuous like I am. Because I never dated anybody.
We are the guardians. We are the encouragers. We are the preservers. Guard your heart. Everything you do flows from it. And if you're a mother, please recognize that is the single most important ministry you have.
Where are her kids when she's out on the road?
In our home, because Charlie traveled a lot, we tried to travel with him where we could. But I made sure that when Charlie returned from work, it was his sacred landing place, away from the worries of the world. I didn't make him feel guilty for being away too long or too much, or getting home too late. I always told him, home is here for you, and it'll be ready for you. And I made it into this place where he wanted to be as soon as possible when he was on the road.
Yeah, because she's so good. She made it into a place that he wanted to be.
There was no keeping score between us. We were a team, working together for the same mission. I never wanted to be the one standing between Charlie.
I feel like they were working together for the same mission up to a point, and then he had enough, and then he said, I'm leaving this cause. Now, that's just my honest opinion. That's allegedly. But I feel like, yes, they started off on the same team, and then he said, I'm leaving this cause. And then, of course, well, the rest is history. We know what happened after that. Literally, like 2 days after that.
And the task that God prepared for him, had set for him. And I knew Charlie would always do his best to help me with the same. My marriage with Charlie was the best thing that ever happened to me. And I know it was the best thing that ever happened to him as well. He wanted everyone to...
Had to throw that in there. She could have left it at, it was the best thing that happened to me. Again, it's his day. But she had to throw that in there. Oh, and it was the best thing that ever happened to him.
Experience that joy.
God.
And that's what's so beautiful about God's design for marriage, is that everyone can.
Devil eyes.
And I could talk endlessly about it, and years to come I will. But Charlie's mission above all...
She can't stop talking.
...was aimed directly at those who aren't married. He named his organization well. He knew things were not right with America, and especially with young people, and they needed a new direction. Charlie passionately wanted to reach and save the lost boys of the West. The young men who feel like they have no direction, no purpose, no faith, and no reason to live. The men wasting their lives on distractions, and the men consumed with resentment, anger, and hate. Charlie wanted to help them. He wanted them to have a home with Turning Point USA. And when he went onto campus, he was looking to show them a better path and a better life that was right there for the taking. He wanted to show them that. My husband, Charlie, he wanted to save young men just like the one who took his life.
Now, this is like 10 days after it happened. I mean, I know they were really convinced that that kid they found 33 hours after the incident was the guy, but, you know, he still hasn't been convicted of anything, so I don't know. That's a lot of assumption to say that young man that took his life.
That young man.
That young man.
That young man. On the cross, our Savior said, Father, forgive them, for they not know what they do.
It drives me crazy to hear her say that. It was probably just, I know it was an honest mistake, but you know, this was supposed to be such a powerful moment in her speech. And maybe I would have done the same, but yeah, I think it's supposed to be, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do, instead of, Father, forgive them, for they not know what they do. I think, hell, I may have said it wrong that one of those times anyway.
That man, that young man, I forgive him.
Look at that. She's literally wrinkling her face up. No, he didn't shoot Charlie. I'm sorry,
I forgive him
Miss
because
Rain,
it was
almost
what Christ
over.
did and is what Charlie would do. The answer to hate is not hate. The answer we know from the gospel is love, and always love. Love for our enemies and love for those who persecute us. The world needs Turning Point USA. It needs a group that will point young people away from the path of misery and sin.
Oh yeah, and by the way, she said that she forgives him. Yeah, that's kind of funny because even though she forgave him, she's pushing the court to have a speedy trial, as in like, let's go ahead and get this bastard convicted and get him either put away for life or executed or whatever. Let's get this done and over with so we can move on. People are looking into me and I'm really tired of this. So let's give them some red meat and let's move on.
It needs something that will lead people away from hell in this
Just imagine if she hadn't forgiven him.
world and in the next. It needs young people pointed in the direction of truth and beauty. And so I promise you today, every part of our work will become greater. I am tremendously honored.
She don't know a damn thing about truth. Not a single flipping thing about truth.
To be the new CEO of Turning Point USA. I do not take that lightly. Charlie and I were united in purpose. His passion was my passion, and now his mission is my mission. Everything that Turning Point USA built through Charlie's vision and hard work, we will make 10 times greater through the power of his memory.
Gonna make it 10 times greater. Yep. Charlie was doing such big things, and all of a sudden, he didn't agree with the way he was trying to be steered, and he become a roadblock. So you can't get 10 times bigger when the guy's being a roadblock. So what do you do with the roadblock? You have to get it out of the way. So that's exactly what happened.
Chapters will grow. Thousands of new ones will be created. TPUSA Faith will add thousands of new pastors and congregations.
All because Charlie's not here anymore.
And yes, campus events will continue. And we will continue to hold debates and dialogue. The First Amendment of our Constitution is the most human amendment. We are naturally talking beings, naturally believing beings. And the First Amendment protects our right to do both. No assassin will ever stop us from standing up to defend those rights, ever.
If she thinks she's going to get up there and start winning debates like Charlie did, she has got another thing coming. I tell you what'll happen when she gets up there. People are going to start asking her about people start asking her questions like, about guys she didn't date or alcohol she didn't drink or, oh God, a blue million other things like that.
Because when you stop the conversation, when you stop the dialogue, this is what happens. When we lose the ability and the willingness to communicate, we get violence. And as I stand here now, and I look at this beautiful photo of my husband in front of me, hanging in the stadium, I think of my husband 13 years ago.
I think it's coming, Miss Rain, and I really do.
I hadn't met him yet.
It's sad because Charlie built it. And I mean, he did an amazing job. And now, look, when it's all said and done, the only ones that will be to blame for destroying Charlie's legacy, and by that I mean Turning Point, is going to be her and all those other assholes around him. They did this 100%. They did this.
He was 18 years old, a man barely out of high school, running around the halls of the RNC, without $1 in his pocket and a single contact in his phone. People who saw him said that he didn't know what he was doing, but he did. He did know what he was doing. He knew exactly what he was doing. He was going to change the world, and he did. Charlie's life was a turning point for this country. It was a miracle. Let that miracle, that was Charlie's life, be your turning point as well. Choose prayer. Choose courage. Choose beauty. Choose adventure. Choose family. Choose a life of faith. Most importantly, choose Christ. I love you, Charlie, baby. And I will make you proud. God bless you all, and God bless America.
Ah, there you go. That is great. I had to say that's the one of the night right there. I got to screen capture that. Just got to do that. I'll shoot that to Greg. He'll be proud. That's great. Yeah, that's definitely the comment of the night. Okay, it's over. Oh, me. You'd think there would have been a stray piece of glitter or something on her cheek there to make it look like she had a little something on her, but no, there wasn't even that. Like, I didn't see any. Did y'all see any tears just then? God, she is definitely an actor, just not a really good actor. So anyway, the whole point of all this was, these people are disgusting. Um, you can tell if you really pay attention to what they're saying, what the words they say. That to me, they just. I feel like they all were handlers to some degree, and they all latched on to him. He was their cash cow. And I don't think they ever truly looked up to him. I don't think they ever truly saw him as a leader. And you can hear that. I mean, you can hear that Stacey Sheridan, you know, his own wife. And there was others, but if we went through all of them, we'd be here this time tomorrow. But yeah, and it's sad because, I feel like a lot of the reason Candace ended up leaving was probably a lot to do with some of these people that he started getting around him. And at the end of the day, everybody acted like she was just so bad. They're still acting that way. But at the end of the day, she's probably the only one that really cared anything about him. And I remember she said that in one of her shows the other night. Maybe if I'd stayed around, maybe he'd still be alive today. Who knows? One thing about it, they are really giving Candace a lot of shit lately, giving her a hard time about the stuff that she's been talking about. But I'm behind her 100%. Because I feel like out of the whole bunch, she's the only one that really cares, and I feel like she's the only one that's really trying to get some answers. And I feel like we're getting there. We're getting the answers. I know a lot of people have been a little bit disappointed by the last 5 episodes, and it's just because a lot of people look for that instant gratification. But she is making a case, and she's working her way towards something. She's laying a foundation for it. Yes, absolutely. She is. I mean, she already has to a degree, but yeah, by the time she gets done with them, yeah. Graham Allen said everybody was scared of her. Well, she's fixing to, she's fixing to give everybody a good lesson on why. All right, y'all, it's getting late. I just wanted to bring that to everybody's attention. I knew there was probably certain of y'all that, like me, can't stand to listen to her. I suffer through it just so I can bring stuff to y'all's attention if need be. So, anyway, I hope y'all don't have nightmares now. We'll try to keep it lighter next time, okay? We'll try to have less Erika in the next one. But hey, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all coming and being in the chat. That's awesome. I love talking to y'all back and forth. Anybody else that's watching that's not subscribed, please do. Anybody that watches in the future, please subscribe. Please like the video if you haven't. And share. Facebook, X, I don't know, whatever social medias you're on. shoot them videos around, share, because right now YouTube ain't helping much. They will be. They'll start helping out when we get a little bigger. But I tell you what, this has been a ball, and I appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all showing up and being so loyal. So yes, y'all have a good night. I appreciate it again, and I'll plan on seeing y'all again tomorrow night. So hopefully, Lord willing, but I do plan on being on again tomorrow night. So hopefully we'll see y'all then.